This is a Johan Gustavsson 2015 Bluesmaster Limited. An amazing, amazing guitar. Those of you who are familiar with Johan's work, and especially his legendary Bluesmaster, know how good these guitars can be. What is special about this guitar is that it's his flagship model. It's the Limited, which takes the Bluesmaster to probably the highest level of burst goodness you could possibly get in a guitar. What I find about this guitar that's really amazing, just how inspiring it is to play just when you pick up the guitar and put your hands around the neck. You know, I've played so many Gibson, historic, Gibson custom shop, you name it, they never get the neck right. They just don't. I mean, they either make the neck too bulky, or it's very chunky and cheeky around the shoulders. And it's one of those things that if you played, and I've played many original 59 vintage bursts, you know that the neck is not that at all. I mean, obviously some are, very few are, but most of them are as comfortable as can be. They're big, but they're not overly big. And Gustavsson's done his homework. This guitar, if you would have told me this neck was on the best 59 burst you ever played, I'd believe you. It's just incredible. Well, one of the things that makes the Limited really amazing is the way Johan rounds all the binding edges. And he does this just like the 59s were done, where the binding around the body is rounded over, the binding around the edge of the fingerboard is round over, and it's just an impeccable feeling guitar. Plus the Bluesmaster Limited is distressed, not overly distressed, but it's certainly distressed. I don't know if you could see it, but it's got crazing on the finish. It's got some wear marks. The neck feels like it's a neck that's been played forever, and played and loved, and with a lot of sweat and spirit in it. The tiny things that make this one level, I would say, above a Bluesmaster is, besides all the binding and all the aging, it's like all these little tiny things. The binding itself, the inlays are sourced and exactly like the new old stock would be. They're basically like the 59, the same kind of material, the yellowing of the inlays. In fact, he's gone as deep as make the scratch sanding marks in line with the strings, which is something they did in 59. It's just amazing. It has the throwback pickups in it, which bring out all the juicy goodness of this guitar. It's inspiring. You know, you play enough guitars, and there's guitars that speak to you. There's guitars that you demand that you own them. And keep them. This is one of those. It's truly impeccably made. One of the reasons I like when I do, I don't know, a little something extra to a great platform, this being the Limited, where there's some aging and all that extra stuff, is it gives the builder more time and more concentration on the instrument. It takes the builder's focus from just, you know, this is done, I'm putting it aside, to this is done, now I really got to focus on the tiny details. It's sort of like if they get all the tiny details right, at one point they either love the guitar and they keep the process going, or they realize this isn't going to be the one that's going to see the finishing line. It makes the focus of all their intention like a light beam. It's sort of like when I used to be on the road with different artists, and they would have all these riders in their contract, like, you know, I want Cavassier, or I want, take all the red M&Ms out. You would think that was crazy, but the reality is their reason for doing it was if you get all the little things right, you certainly will get all the big things right. And that's one of the things that I really find on the Limited, that Johan's soul is in these guitars, and done in a very deep way. It's just, I mean, anywhere you play it. Anywhere you play it, any sound that you do, it's just gorgeous. There just isn't a bad sound on it. You know, you can get beautiful jazz tone out of this. It just brings you into it, no matter what style I can come up with. I don't find anything this guitar won't do, and do with soul and respect to the genre that you're doing it. It's real sounding, it's real feeling, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful example of Johan Gustavsson's brilliant work.